Hey everybody, how's it going? If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be looking at the Royal Kludge A72 Ergonomic keyboard today. This is going to be a Alice style split design, and we're going to see what all it looks like, what all it can do. It's got a fancy little touch button you can use your finger for, and we'll go over all that in the software and everything about it here in just a moment. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. All right, and here we go. The Royal Kludge A72 mechanical keyboard. It's got that Alice ergonomic split. Royal Kludge boxes, pretty minimalistic. Not much on the front sides, left or right. We do have arcade gaming right there on the front. But of course, before we get into it, we do need to go over the tech specs. So let's go ahead and see what this thing has to offer. And of course, we'll start off with what I mentioned at the beginning, the Alice ergonomic split layout for this keyboard, as it's going to be better for people with carpal tunnel or issues with typing on a keyboard for a long period of time. This is going to be a 68% compact keyboard with 72 total keys. There's going to be 5 dedicated macros, the M1 through 5, plus a dedicated control/media knob for the volume. This is going to have connectivity for 2.4 Bluetooth and USB-C for the tri-mode connectivity. The switches you can get this in will be linear cream, tactile beige, and silent purple, which in this one I went with the silent purple. These will all be factory pre-lubed switches. The mounting for everything will be gasket mounted. It has 5 layers of sound dampening built into the keyboard. The battery capacity will be 7,500 milliamp hours. You have 550 hours roughly with RGB off and 54 hours with RGB on. It will charge through that USB-C, and the total charge time with the recommended power input will be 14-ish hours. Now, there's one fancy feature on here, which will be the touch-sensitive nameplate in the center of the keyboard. You can tap that to trigger macros or open websites or open programs or whatever you want it to be. It can be configured in the software, which we'll check out here later. And of course, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, feel free to go ahead and drop maybe a like, maybe a subscribe. If I haven't convinced you yet, that's okay. We got a lot to go through. So just wanted to drop it out there as a suggestion. If you like it, want to hang out, see some more videos like this, we got more coming. But let's go ahead and head on back to the unboxing so you guys can see what you get. All right, let's go ahead and get this package open. Right on top, we do see it's got a plastic cover on the keyboard for extra protection. Got the keyboard itself wrapped up nicely and with the manual inside of it. Flip underneath here, you do have some extra accessories and extra switches. Go ahead and get those out of here, and we'll go ahead and get this out of the way. All right, we'll go ahead and get the accessories out of the way first. We'll go ahead and pull out the USB-C cable that it comes with. We do have a USB-A to USB-C cable. No adapters or anything on them, just A to C. We get some of those silent purples and a little guitar pick for getting things out. Definitely a little bit interested to see those come with that. But inside the actual bag, we do have that manual, and the keyboard itself, get it out of its protective bag here. I got the black and gray variant. There are some other colors in here. And the first initial feels here, this is extremely smooth. Those factory lubes are great. And of course, we're going to need to go ahead and get the switch puller and keycap puller out of here because we're going to need that here later. We do have a little bit of a emboss for Royal Kludge, so you never know, never get those mixed up. And then we'll go ahead and get the manual here, so you guys can see everything that you need, just in case you lose yours. Right here in the front, we got our key functions, plus the macros. It shows off all the keys themselves, what they do, the functions that they're pre-configured with, including copy-paste, which is awesome. It's a great combo to have on those macros. Special functions, multimedia keys for Windows and Mac. Also talks about the touchpad a little bit, but then you have every language on the planet inside of here. So it's a big book, which is great. I love it. It's a book, and everything's all nice and neat. But we're going to go ahead and see that little touchpad right there. It's nice and shiny. Got the knob here onto the side, the play, pause, and next buttons. And then you have your 1 through 5 macros right next to it. Again, the silent purples are really nice. And we'll see the sound meter here later, but a little bit of spoiler. I'm pretty sure this is the quietest keyboard I have seen yet. Over here to the side, you have your switch to the different modes. If you want it to be cable, the G is for the wireless, and B is for Bluetooth. You can see that it's searching as it's blinking. Got a couple side prints here for different functions, because this is a 68%, so there's going to be multi-function here. Right on the back, you have the USB-C and the wireless dongle back here. And it is magnetic, and so it does slide it in, and it does hold on to it pretty nicely. On the back, you do have your model, input, serial number, and everything else for the back. You got your 2-stage feet, and so if you want to put it on the small feet or the big feet, that's up to your preference. Got this nice little bump out here because of the curve, but definitely an interesting design in itself. All right, so we'll go ahead and get the switch and keycap puller here and go ahead and get some of these off so we can take a look at these. And the purples really do shine through underneath here, so they do look nice. All right, and then here's the switch. We're going to get that pulled out. It's a beautiful purple. And you see the 2 pins on the bottom here. Very, very silent. Very, very smooth. With that extra lube, lube's good for everything. Look at the keycap down here on the bottom. I always like to double check these and see how well they clean up the injection molding. And it is very clean. Not a lot of bleed at all. And just looks really nice and clean. They do say this is a cherry profile for the keycaps. So keep that in mind if that's something that you're looking for. We'll go ahead and get these back into the keyboard, and then we'll go ahead and slide it over to our testing phase. We're going to be starting out with the typing test, and so let's go ahead and get into that. You guys are going to hear how this sounds, hear the sound profile, and by all means, be the judge if this is something that you'll be interested in hearing every time you type. All right, that sound is extremely dampened thanks to those 5 layers. And again, honestly, super quiet. I had to bump things up quite a bit so it could sound pretty good, and had to clear everything up because there's not a lot of it coming out of it. But with that sound profile out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the software so you guys can see how everything can be adjusted, modified, tweaked, and set up those macros and everything for the extra keys on the keyboard. All right, let's go ahead and check on the software here, which is going to be the web app for Royal Kludge. They've been back and forth. Some of the keyboards have downloads for local programs. Other ones use the web drivers, which you can use for pretty much anywhere. But once you're on the main web page here, you'll go to the web link. Once that loads up, it'll have download the app, which will just take you straight to the page again. There is no download. It just brings you right back to the same page. So you'll go ahead and click it again if you do the exact same thing. Go ahead and select your device. There's a gaming keyboard in your browser. And then you have your keyboard. So go ahead and click it. And you'll go into the keyboard. From here, you have your default layers. You have your FN1, 2 tape layer. And then you have the enable tape layer if you want to have that. Then there's the open touch panel, which it says to website. And I'll show you that. You can make it a custom website, but you can click on it here, right there in the touchpad in the middle. You can make it anything. You want it to be a key, you want it to be a media thing, you want it to be a macro, function key, special commands, such as the Royal Kludge website. Lighting, on, off, which would be pretty cool. And also changing depending on which one you want. Mac keys, pretty much anything you want it to be. So I'm just going to leave it the same for now, but that's how you change it. Over here off to the side, you do the macros. Have it before and or after if you want to modify it. You can add a specific delay and insert it. Or you can change the record delay, default delay, or set a fixed delay, which is what I like to do. Go ahead and start the recording, and then just start smashing the keys away to whatever you want it to do. Every last one of them will be 30 milliseconds, which is going to be great to make it speedy. Go down here, and you go ahead and hit save. You also have remove. Go ahead and shrink this a little bit because it's not displaying right. Next, you have the lighting modes. Go over here, and you can see the different lighting modes, which unfortunately does not visually display here, but we'll go ahead and have a section after this to show off the lighting effects. But we'll just click a bunch of these, see a bunch of different settings and rainbow effects and the times, speeds, brightness. But we'll go through and show these here after this part. But you can go ahead and modify each key if you want to and set different colors. Next, you have the function, which is whether you want to be work mode or game mode, which adjusts the delay between the keyboard, so it could be in speed mode. There's a software download as well. And so if you want to have a local software, you can. Now, Edge will yell at you about this because it's unsigned, it's not regulated, but it is a .exe. And that's okay. You can go ahead and save that. Here under settings, you also get your firmware updates here, where I do as well. It's going to download another file, which Edge you can be mad about because, again, it's unsigned. Microsoft hasn't approved it. It could be potentially dangerous, but it's fine. Just don't download things from any random area. And, of course, here you can clear your local data, restore to factory. And that's pretty much about it. You can modify everything through the browser, or if you don't trust it being online, you can absolutely download your own local version and modify from there. And now that we've seen everything that goes along with modifying the keyboard itself and the software and everything that you can do with it, we're going to go ahead and take a brief break here and go ahead and do the colors and arrangements that this keyboard can do. I'm just going to go ahead and disappear. We're going to go into the black void to see the colors, and we'll be back after that's complete. Okay, and there definitely was a lot to go through in the software, but thanks for hanging in with that. Next, we're going to go ahead and check out the weight. So you guys, if you want to travel with it, you guys can know what you're going to expect. Let's go ahead and dive into the weight and see what we got. All right, we'll get the keyboard on there, and it's a bit hefty. It is 927.5 grams. It's a bit on the heavy side, but I think that really does help with the sound dampening functions of everything. It really does a good job at making it sound a lot quieter with that extra weight. Next, we're going to be going into the sound meter portion so we can see with numbers and levels on how loud this keyboard is. So if you're going to be using this in an office area, see how much you're going to be disturbing people, at least with the silent purples. The tactile one, that might be a bit louder, but let's go ahead and check that out. All right, let's get it on the table, and we're going to go ahead and get some tippy types in, a little bit of random presses, barely for a split second, going over 50 decibels, but it's staying underneath it quite a bit for most of the keys, and if you're a light typer, it won't be too bad, but depending on how hard you hit these keys, it may change a little bit. But overall, this is definitely one of the quietest ones. Now, again, those creamy switches or the tactile switches, that may change how this sounds, but at least for the silent purples, these are looking real quiet. All right, and that's the Royal Kludge A72. Appreciate you guys hanging out and going through the review with me and the unboxing. If you guys have any questions about it, anything at all that I didn't test, let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to check out. It may take me a day or so to get back to you on the details, but if there's something you want me to try, and if I have the ability to do it, I'll absolutely give it a shot. So let me know if you have any of those questions or any particular sets of things you want me to do. I'll see what I can do for you. But thank you guys so much. If you guys made it this far, feel free to drop a subscribe. It's all the way through the end of this video. All mine are typically a little bit longer, but you know you can get all the details that you want in one place, and we make sure that everything is detailed as possible as we can do. If you like it, go ahead and drop a like. Appreciate that. It does help with the algorithm and helps with that spreading the word for our egregious detail and work. So we do appreciate it over here. But if you guys, again, need anything at all on any of my videos, I'm always reachable in the comments, so feel free to reach out there. All links will be in the description down below. Appreciate that if you guys want to check any of those things out. And, of course, until next time, I'm A Master here on Master on Tech. I'll see you soon.